That
Uh,
it's not loading for me
okay,
for
something
some
happened.
reason.
I think something weird must have happened at some point. Uh,
Yeah, because I'm trying to.
I mean, we are live now for sure.
Okay,
Yeah, that was
okay,
weird.
there we go. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, yeah, that was weird.
Hmm.
Anyways, no, I got it to work now. I was like, I'm reading comments and someone's like, are they late? Like, wait, what do you mean are they late? We're live. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, hang on, just a second, everybody.
No, I see it live now. I see it live now. Like,
Hold
I
on.
can confirm. I see it live
Before
now.
we continue, everybody, I want to double check. I thought Baku and I here have been talking for about a half hour. Have we been live or have we not been live this entire time? Oh my god. Oh my god.
I am so glad I looked. I was like, wait a minute. Like,
okay, Baku and I have been recording this episode. Hey, whatever. Let's start over. You good with that, Baku?
I'm okay. Do you want to start over with the intro and just pretend that didn't happen?
Sure.
You want to start with it? All right, it's just rewind time. We're gonna start over again.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to HitPoint. We are starting today's recording a little bit late, despite the fact that we started on time. Long story, we'll talk about that in a moment. But welcome everybody to HitPoint, a JRPG news podcast, a podcast about anime and niche news and anything that really interests Baku and I. We talk about RPGs and we'll preview trailers and talk about rumors. We'll answer some questions and comments in the super chats at the end of the show. And also, just a heads up, we stream live every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And Baku, good to see you, man. How are you doing today?
Good to see you again.
Yeah. Feels a little bit like Groundhog Day, right?
Yes, it does. You got the schedule right this time, though.
Sure did. So everybody, in case you're wondering what just happened here or what's going on, why we're starting a little bit late, Baku and I have been recording the podcast for the last half hour, but apparently I forgot to hit the go live button, which was, sort of important, I guess.
Rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake. So yeah, we're starting over, but that's okay because it's going to be even better the second time around.
We had our rehearsal just now, so yep. We're good now.
We are well rehearsed. This is going to be the best podcast you ever did see. So, man, Baku,
can I just give a shout out to Still Alive for saying, "Are they late?"
Yes,
like that was the comment that got me. Like, are they late? Like, what do you mean are they late? We're live. Like, and I was like refreshing my tab, and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, are we live?
Oh my
God.
We, though? A podcast is never late. It arrives precisely when it intends to.
We were so on time. We
I
were
know.
so on time.
Ah,
And before the show, Derek's like, we just might be on time today. I'm like,
that-
that'd be nice. That would be nice. We're
no,
still late.
half hour late as usual. Gosh dang me and my not pushing the right button. Okay.
Uh,
So, yeah, Baku, what would you say is
try that again.
today's top headline?
E3's canceled.
E3's canceled? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
Yes, move on.
let's go ahead and talk about podcast or the discussion from the discussion about last time's podcast. I
Yes.
guess a couple times ago. Hey, so
Mhm.
you want to go ahead and read this one from John Robbins Garcia?
Yes. So from John Robin Garcia, I watch and rewatch your HitPoint podcast every morning while eating breakfast before going to work. Thanks for keeping me sane. Love your conversations. Dude, thank you so much for tuning in and supporting us. That supports what keeping us going. And I was saying this before.
Feels like we were just saying this.
I was just saying this. But okay, so I was just saying I gave a really heartfelt thank you, and now I have to do it again.
Come on, Baku, bring that same
Let,
humble
let me,
energy.
let me try to do this again.
Straight face.
So I was saying that it's just been a very humbling experience. We've been doing this for 2-3 months now, and you guys are sort of inviting us into your daily lives and your routines, and it's just nothing short of incredible. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that keeps me working on this, and I'm sure that also keeps Derek working on this. So we'll look forward to bringing you guys more of these shows in the months to come.
You bet. And I got this one here from Evil Blanketfish, who said, Baku, stop reading the comments and get back to work.
I do what I want. You're not even my real dad. Next.
All right. From our April 1st episode, we got one from Radiant Gaming who says, this entire episode made me cry. Suikoden on Pachinko is a true nightmare.
Oh man, I'm so glad we did that episode, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
I just reading the comments just cracked me up so hard the next day. Like, as much as I think we're making you guys laugh, you guys making us laugh in the comment section. So yeah, somebody who was watching one of my stream was talking about like April Fool's coming and all these new stuff, and I was just telling the person how much of a nightmare it's going to be
Mhm.
having to weed out like all the fake news from the real stuff. And then the person gave us an idea to work on our own April 1st show. So I
Mhm.
pitched it to Derek, and then he's like, sure, let's go for it. So we recorded it. So thank you, Derek, for taking the time to actually edit that thing out, because
course.
boy, I would hate to do extra work. The premise to that show is
Mhm.
that we will write our own articles, basically, and to which we won't know what each other had written.
Yeah. So I wrote my
only
own
the
stuff.
topics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wrote up my articles, and I didn't tell Baku what they were. Baku wrote up his articles, didn't tell me what they were, and we were both just trying to get each other to crack up.
That's right.
And to try to play it straight as possible, but see if we could put a chink in that armor, and I think I got Baku maybe once or twice, and he definitely got me a time or two. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. It was fun. It was fun. I was trying to keep keep it straight for as much as I can. Yoshi P got me. So there are two things of note from me personally. One was if you had watched the episode, if you haven't, go take a watch, right? Like later, not right now, like after this. There's the part where Derek talks about Babylon's Fall, talking about Yoshi P and Nomura, and it just so happens that my next piece of news right after his was also about Yoshi P and Nomura, so it just fit in so well.
I
was
know.
like, I'm gonna lean into this.
It was-
I'm gonna keep going.
It was so serendipitous that they kind of fit. They just meshed together. Like it was almost like
Yes.
we had planned it, but it didn't. It's a little
Yeah.
different.
No. The crazy part is like once you watch that show again and you realize that none of those were really planned between us, we're just reading things that we just wrote. It's an extra layer of fun. The with regards to Suikoden Bin Pachinko, that last piece of news, I almost wasn't going to do it. I
Mhm.
told Derek like I only wrote 4 of them. The 5th one I didn't really write it. I just wrote what did I write? I wrote Konami, Pachinko, and just a list of IPs. And the rest of it, all that DDR stuff, all the NFT stuff, the live service, all that was just ad lib. So that was fun.
That
I was just
was
making stuff up as we go.
that was a bit of fun. Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think don't worry guys. I don't think we'll be making up too many other headlines anytime soon. So continue to listen with confidence and
Yes.
well, in order to help try to keep us from adding to the deluge of obvious or not so obvious misinformation, we did try our best to make things as absurd as possible. So,
Yes.
man,
Yeah.
that
I
was
read comments that were like, "Ha, you almost got me." And like, did we? Did we almost get you?
I
Like,
really
we
hope we
weren't
didn't.
trying.
I really
Yeah,
hope not.
we really weren't trying to get you. We
Yeah.
were just well, definitely keep watching this show and
Hmm.
expect everything that comes out from our mouths are as accurate as we can get it to be, unless the show comes out on April 1st and it's not live. So that's
Yeah.
how you know. If it's a pre-recording that came on April 1st, it's probably not trustworthy. But
Yeah,
the rest of the
probably.
days, they're good news.
Now, we
Um,
did get a couple of voicemails to
yes.
listen to here, actually.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and play this first one here from Mr. Matthew here. Let's go ahead and give that a listen.
Hi, this is
Yes.
Matthew Money from West Jefferson, North Carolina. I'm a truck driver, so I really enjoy these long and apparently drawn out shows. But no, I absolutely love them. I love hearing y'all go off subject and ramble on about different subjects. Last week or two ago, you were talking about Relayer, and I was wondering, knowing that they have a digital release and they're going to be coming out with a physical later on, will they also have a collector's edition as well, too? I appreciate y'all. I love your show, and keep it up. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for that
Matt.
voicemail there, Matthew. That was very, very helpful. Yeah, I will
Well,
do what I can to help derail this train every dang time I get a chance, and we'll go off onto different subjects all the time. Whenever things get a little sleepy, a little boring, a little bit stale, I will do my best. I will be there to tell you about the grandiose origins of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'll be there to tell you how awesome the Power Rangers theme song really was. I'll be
Daryl
there.
make a lot of puns. Thank you. That's gonna happen now.
That's all right. That's right.
Anyways, so when we did our previous 30 minutes, we've already heard this voice message before. So I did look it up for you, Matthew. You're welcome, sir. That there is in fact a deluxe edition for physical copy in Japan only.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are really interested, you don't mind the Nihongo, then you can probably order it off of PlayAsia. As far as the English version is concerned, the physical copy does not appear to be a deluxe edition for the physical copy.
Mm-hmm.
There is like a digital premium edition, but I don't think that's what you're looking for. You're looking for like, the extra goods, the
Yeah.
soundtracks, and the steel box and all that fun stuff. That's Japanese version only, which is a little disappointing even for me because I would be interested in looking into a premium edition for the English release, but unfortunately that does not look like to be the case. So
Yeah.
yeah, so there you go. I looked it up just for you. You're welcome, sir.
We also got another one here from Mr. Pilgrim. Let's go ahead and put him on.
Hey Derek and Baku-san, this is Scott Pilgrim. I would just like to say this was wrote a few weeks ago. It's not pronounced Ad Infinitum, but Ad Infinitum. Anyway, love the show. Keep it up. I love you guys. See ya.
Appreciate it, Scott. Very much appreciated. Yeah, that's the thing about these phrases. Sometimes I read them all the time, but I never say them out loud. Never hear people say them out loud. So people are gonna make mistakes like that every once in a while. Hope it doesn't bug anybody too much, because I mean, honestly, you could correct me 1,000 times and I'd still make mistakes ad infinitum. So Joe keeps getting
So
funnier,
defiant.
doesn't it? So if you have any voicemails that you would like to leave us, please do be sure to give us a call at 785-337-3805. And you might have your voicemail played on the HitPoint podcast.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank
you so much again.
Be a published speaker.
And again, just want to express my gratitude for inviting us into your lives. Really appreciate you, and especially Matt's, like, just having that as part of your routine. That's something special. We feel that, so appreciate it. We will be answering questions and comments from super chats towards the end. So if you want to start throwing us super chats now, just know that we're not going to read it right away. We're going to read it towards the end.
That's right.
Alrighty.
All right, so we got one new game coming out this week, and
actually, before we start, can I just do a quick unboxing thing here? Because I got a special package that came in.
Oh my, yeah, sure,
yeah. This is the thing that I didn't do in the last 30 minutes. So I'm glad we got to do a take two, because I didn't do this before. But I've got a package from Switch Wicked LLC. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Let's take a look at this.
All right. What do you got?
It's it appears to be a Hype Responsibly t-shirt.
Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious.
I was gonna wear this, but then I wanted to do the unboxing, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear it next time. But yeah, Switch. Hype Responsibly t-shirt, latest. A certain YouTuber, was a certain Twitch friend, had contracted.
There's only 50 of those in existence.
There are only 50 of those in existence, and also check this out. Wow, look at that. What is this?
I can tell your camera's not focused on it.
A camera's not focused on it. Let's try this again.
There it goes.
It's still not focused. There we go. Yeah,
that looks pretty all right.
Yeah, that looks like, that almost looks like
a certain somebody. I don't know. It looks a little familiar.
A certain somebody. I'll be opening this and reading this later.
Okay. Well, when you do, make sure here you can actually cut along the top fold if you don't want to break the wax seal, and it won't cut through the message. So
really? Cut along the top fold. Where's the top fold?
Well, I mean, when you have it open, or when it's facing you, the coin emblem is facing you, right? And it's folded over up top. You can cut along that instead of breaking the wax seal.
I was just gonna peek in and just look at it through the crack.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably try that too. You can do that too.
I could totally do it. Thank you for your purchase and your support. Please enjoy your Hype Responsibly shirt, SuperDerek. Okay,
and it's also going to be numbered inside as well, if you want to find out what number you are.
Damn it! You can't see the number.
It might be on the other side of the fold at the bottom.
It's on the other side.
Yeah.
50. Get out. I got the absolute last one.
Oh, snap.
This is 50 out of 50. Oh, snap.
You got it. Oh, that's so cool, dude. Number 50.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, that's so rad, man. By the way, what'd you think of that? What'd you think of that penmanship? I know you couldn't get a super good gander at it, but
it's better than my handwriting. That's for damn sure. Oh my god!
I've been working on my Elvish script calligraphy there. So
Wait, so you wrote all 50 of them by hand?
Yes.
Wow, I'm gonna treasure that forever.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. All right. So thank you for unboxing that. That was a lot of fun. They are sold out, by the way, but we will be doing another print run. They won't have the extra thank you notes and the emblem on the back of the nape of the neck, but I think will also be a little bit less expensive than before. So if you've been holding out, or if you missed out the first time, there will be other shirts available before too long. So,
Great news.
yeah, that's
Okay.
excellent. So, upcoming releases. We have one game coming out this week, and I don't blame anybody else for choosing not to try to compete with this incredible release. Because I mean, honestly, it's Chrono Cross, right? It's what else is going to compete with that? Nothing. That's what. Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers Edition is coming out this week on the 7th. It's coming to PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and on Steam. So, Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers Edition is a remaster of the original game with upgraded models and fonts, upgraded textures. They redid all the faces because I feel like those were a little too smudgy and blurry to just kind of up-res automatically. So they, they look a little bit better. There's higher polygon counts on all the models, new artwork, new musical arrangements. So if you are not super keen on a lot of those changes, you can turn them off, which is pretty nice. And you'll be basically playing the stock standard experience. It's going to have some other quality of life improvements included, including the ability to turn off enemy encounters, speed up the game, and most notably, Radical Dreamers will also be available to be played. And it's important to note that this is interesting and important because the Radical Dreamers was only ever available for a limited time on the Satellaview. That's the online connected portion of the Super Famicom. The Super Nintendo in Japan had this online sort of system where you could play a game for a limited amount of time. And that's also if you've ever heard of like the BS Zelda games that were kind of like a remix of the original, like Link to the Past or something. Or so I'm not even super familiar with them. I don't think it's Link to the Past. I think it's a remixed Zelda game.
I think it was Link to the Past. I think it was. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, regardless, yeah. So not only is this like a very limited release that they're re-releasing, but it's also coming to the United States officially for the first time. Not too dissimilar to the fan translation of Seiken Densetsu 3. Like we had that for a while, and then eventually they actually gave us what was it called?
Which one are you thinking about?
Trials of Mana. Yeah, they finally gave us Trials of Mana, and then and anyways, so it's Square Enix re-localizing fan translated games and giving them to us officially. I love that trend, and I hope to see that continue in the future. So yeah,
absolutely. There was this one Super Nintendo game that still never made it to the West, and I just can't for the life of me remember the title of the game.
Oh, what was it called?
Something Treasure. It's like
Treasure of the Rudras?
Is that what it was? I played
Treasure
it.
Hunter G?
Oh, no, it's not that. I think it's the formula. It's like towards the end of, I remember clearly it's like towards the end of the Super Nintendo like age. It was like right around the time when PlayStation popped up and we're moving away from Super Nintendo in favor of PS as like the primary system.
That's probably why. It's just ran out of time and localizations stopped coming over at a certain point.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember that game for two reasons. One, because I'd never beat it. I couldn't figure out what to do next. It was in Japanese. I obviously because it never got released in the West.
Sure.
And also there's this really cool system where you can just like name spells and depending on what like characters you put in, like it'll turn into different spells and you can just like use whatever. So you can come up with like super powerful spells like super early just because you're just playing with like random combinations of like
it reminds me of Wander Stars.
Yeah, so that was kind of fun. I just can't remember. Yeah, it's like Treasure of something, but it
might have been Treasure of the Rudras, maybe.
I think so. Yeah. So Square Enix, if you're listening, maybe a remaster, remake. I don't know. Just make that available. Let us experience that classic.
Yeah. Speaking of re-experiencing the classics, do you want to talk about this new game that was just announced?
Yes, we've got a string of new game announcements coming at you. So let's start off with something a little lighter. Valis, the Phantasm Soldier Collection 2, coming at you at Nintendo Switch sometime this year, maybe. I don't know, because they never gave us the date. But what they did tell us is that it's going to be very similar to the first collection that's already available. In fact, I think the first collection is available February of this year. So, this is going to come probably pretty soon on the Switch. It's going to be very similar to the first collection, whereas the first collection has Valis 1, 2, and 3. This second collection would contain Valis 4, which was originally on the PC Engine, Sid of Valis, which was on the Sega Genesis, and then Valis, the Phantasm Soldier, which is the remake of the first game, but on Genesis. Boy, this series went way back. The first game was developed for PC 88, and
Yeah.
that's a word that I have not heard in forever, or 8801, like one of those. It's
Yeah, the
like,
PC 88,
wow.
that's where Highlight was first released, by the way, and I
Yeah.
think Dragon Slayer as well. So this is one of the oldest games from that era. Like, yeah,
Yes.
that's the old stuff. That's
This is old.
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's super
Like
cool.
you think Secret of Mana is retro, like this is old.
Yeah.
So the second collection, obviously a little bit more modern, will be coming. I actually played Valis 3, and I had very fond memories playing Valis 3 on the PC Engine when I was a kid. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some of these. And if you're not familiar with Valis, Valis is an action platformer. And so if you are, fan of sort of like Metroidvania, or like, no, maybe not Metroidvania, more like Mega Man, this is definitely like one of those games. So as we get more news on this, we will be sure to keep you all up to date.
You bet. We also got a bit of a twofer with this next one that was announced. It's a bit
Yes.
of anime news, as well as, anime and manga news,
Oh,
as
this one's
well
huge.
as JRPG news. So some of you who are huge fans of the series might already be aware, but we'll go ahead and talk about it anyways. As part
Yes.
of One Piece's 25th anniversary celebration, it was announced that One Piece Odyssey will be the newest entry in the One Piece game collection. Now, this is going to be a title that's a JRPG developed by Bandai Namco with an original story. Not a whole lot
Yeah.
else is really known about this at the moment, but we do know that it is slated for a release this year. Am I going to need to make another video about games I'm hyped for this year?
Yeah, you do.
It's coming out this year for PS4, PS5, Xbox Series S and X. You want to take a look at this trailer, man?
Let's do it.
All right, let's watch this trailer and pretend I didn't just watch this half hour ago.
Let's do that again.
Here we go.
It's all good. I've seen this trailer like 5 times already. So right here, you see the notes to my a thought to myself. That's actually from the original mangaka. So if you guys want to watch that video again later, definitely try to read his notes to himself. Basically,
Yeah.
he was saying that he developed these characters like 3 years ago. Some of the characters that he made for the game. And then the game just like stalled out, and he's like, "Oh wow, didn't I make these characters like 3 years ago?" Like,
Crazy, right?
so pretty funny, yeah.
So initial impressions is that this game looks a lot like a Dragon Quest game, like it looks like and when I say like a Dragon Quest game, I mean kind of like from a levity perspective. Like it feels like it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's also bright and cheery and colorful. Like that really gets me going. That's my jam, you know.
It looks really good.
It represents the One Piece characters pretty well, I think. You know, it doesn't I don't think it does any cell shading, actually, now that I'm looking at it closely. But it looks really nice. I guess it looks kind of like Dragon Quest in the same way that there's no cell shading, but they're still representing anime characters. Yeah. I've not played, or I'm sorry, I haven't watched very much of One Piece. I've maybe gotten 1 or 2 seasons in. There are so many episodes. There's so much to catch up on. So it's kind of daunting. I wonder how much more I would have to watch to fully appreciate what this game has to offer.
Yeah. Ooh.
It looks
This
really
looks so
neat.
good.
Yeah. for all the fans of One Piece out there, I am super happy for you guys because this is
Absolutely.
looking great.
So yeah, okay. Now we're caught up. Derek. Congratulations. Now we're caught up to where we realized that we weren't live.
Yep.
We're finally caught up.
We've done it.
We've done it. We've done it. Now you guys know what you missed for that half an hour that we were just talking to ourselves.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Yes,
somebody did say
okay.
that there are at least like 600 episodes. I know that there's 1,000 chapters so far, but
Yeah.
600 episodes of the anime? Holy cow.
Lots and lots of episodes. I was going to say that this game reminds me a lot about a fairy tale, which came out like a year or so ago, maybe 2 years, like 2019, I think. And the fairy tale game was kind of disappointing in many respects because it just felt like a lackluster RPG, but great for fans. Like the art was on point. The move sets for the characters was great. The gameplay honestly could have been salvaged, right? But just from a pure RPG standpoint, that game was just not good. And I was just really hoping that was going to be it, that we're finally going to get a anime tie-in RPG that doesn't suck, or
Yeah.
well, at least in recent memories. Some folks will point back to like Dragon Ball RPG, and that was pretty good but that was like Super Nintendo times.
Yeah.
Like I can't really think of really any modern RPG Titan. Oh, sorry, anime Titan JRPGs that didn't feel like it's an anime first and game second. That one was close. That one was close.
Maybe Dot Hack, because they were co-developed at the same time. But
See,
I do
that's the
have
thing.
I
Yeah.
do have a quick correction though, because I read out something from the comments and I need to clarify. So there are actually over 1,000 episodes of the anime. Right now there's 1,015, but it looks like the game takes place about 600 episodes in. So I could enjoy it
Okay.
if I just watch 600 episodes of this anime. I could enjoy it when it comes out. Holy moly!
Well, because again, like you gotta think of it. Just remember what the author said. The author is like, "Oh yeah, well they asked me to do these characters
yeah,
a couple
yeah.
years back." So the time, this is already a couple years back when he did
Yeah.
these characters.
This is like a
So
3-year-old
it-
OVA coming out today, basically, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's non-canon because it is an original story, but it's
Yeah.
an original story that takes place sometime before obviously what's happening now, right? Because
Mhm.
through the entire time that they're developing this game, the story of One Piece continues, so they couldn't possibly make it canon. But having said that, I'm really hoping that this is going to be it for me. That this is going to be the anime tie-in game that's not co-developed with the anime. It's like a multimedia thing that would actually be really good. So finger crossed. It looks like it will be turn-based, but they haven't really said.
Yeah.
It looks like it'll be turn-based. It looks like it, but
Mhm. Yeah, the way the
uh,
giant like finishing moves are being shown off, it looks like that would really, if that doesn't, yeah, that looks like that would have to be a turn-based sort of system because otherwise those giant moves would really interrupt the flow of combat.
yeah, I mean Namco though, if it's Namco, then I'm thinking like Tales series. If they do something like a Tales series, I'm not mad at it. If they did a Tales, what do you guys think? Do you guys think if they did a Tales Tales of Arise sort of battle system, you know how like in you play Tales games, right? So you know how they do like
I've played
OD.
Tales game, yes.
Yeah, so when they do these arts, they're like cut-ins, right? And then they do the like crazy dramatic arts, and then you go back to like a regular like sort of like action kind of battle. You know what I'm talking about? So maybe like
Kinda.
that.
I mean,
Maybe like that. Yeah.
I've only played Tales of Fantasia, so
Dang it. Do we have to shame you into playing more Tales games? Is
that's
that it?
that's how I played my first one. That's how I played that one. I was
You
shamed
got
into playing.
shamed into it.
Yes, I got shamed into playing a Tales game, and that was the one I chose. And people were like, he finally plays a Tales game, and that's the one he chose. I mean, there's no winning.
I'm surprised that you picked Fantasia, not Destiny, because Destiny is sort of like the one that really put the Tales game on the map. I mean,
Well,
yes, Tales of Fantasia is the first one, but Destiny is really the one that like got people going, right? So
I'll play
I'm
Destiny
surprised.
soon. I'll play it soon, and people will still be disappointed when I do.
How dare you not play Tales of the
Symphonia.
Abyss, Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Vesperia, Tales of Berseria,
Arise. Yeah,
Tales of Arise,
all of them.
Tales of Xillia, Tales of Graces. Yes,
Yep.
I can name all the Tales games. That wasn't the whole list, but I can go on. But let's get back to the show.
Yeah. You want to talk about this next little bit from New Game Plus Expo?
Oh wow, yeah, sure, a little bit. This is like half of our docket right here.
Go for it. You got this.
All right. So, New Game Plus Expo 2022 happened on March 31st with a number of notable participating publishers, including Nipponichi, Idea Factory, Playism, Arxis Game, and Inti Create. So, there were a ton of games that either ports or, remasters or brand new games. And that's why it took me forever to go through because they don't really tell you what they are, so I had to do some investigation. But here's a short list. This is a short list of the games that were featured during that broadcast. I don't know if you guys saw the New Game Plus Expo, but it was pretty good. I was pretty happy to get some news that aren't super AAA titles all the time. So let's take a look. So we've got a first one here, and this is going to be by chronological order based on the show, okay? Not based on release order.
Gotcha.
So Kamizawa, Way of the Thief. This is developed by Acquire and published by Nipponichi. This is a port of the PS2 game, remastered for PS4, Switch, and PC. The game is set in Mikado, in the Edo period of Japan. You play as Ebizo, who steals from the rich and gives to the poor. During one of his heists, Ebiso rescued a girl named Suzuna and convinced them to leave the life of thievery behind. One day, Suzuna fell ill, and without any other ways to afford her cure, Ebiso returns to the life of thievery, and that's the basic story of this game. Do you want to take a look at the trailer really quick?
Sure, I do wonder real quick because I know that from like the Ganbare Goemon series that there's another ninja called Ibizumaru who is also, I think they're both kind of based on mythical ninjas of the era. Is Ibizo the same like basis for Ibizumaru, do you know? Or is that similarity in name a little different?
No, you know what's funny is that I thought about that myself, and I'm not too well versed with those names, so I did look up Ebizo, and Ebizo is actually the name of a I think it's not no, is it no? It's one of those like okay, so and where do I start with this one? In Japan, there are certain houses of distinguished arts whose names are passed down not by blood, by trait and disciples.
Okay.
So let's say I'm a distinguished artist and I got like a certain name for the house. I can pass that name down to a disciple. That disciple will carry the name, and whoever that person's disciple is will carry the name. So Ebizo is one of set name for it's some kind of stage acting. I don't want to say it's no theater, but it's one of the stage acting. So don't quote me on this. I just know it's like some kind of Japanese stage acting, but it didn't really have a lot to do with like the thief angle.
Yeah.
So there might be some connection. I just didn't like do a deep dive on it.
I got you.
But what I did, but that's what I did find out. So
okay,
cool.
Yeah, that's more than I expected when I asked, actually. So that's pretty cool. Let's give this a watch. All right. So this was Kamizawa, Way of the Thief.
Yes. Like you can tell it's a PS2 game as soon as you look at the people's faces. It's so bad.
Oh yeah, okay, I can see that. Yeah,
Look at that.
I mean, that's
This is
not. Yeah, okay, that's PS2 for sure. There was a very specific era in time in which that was like the look, and that was PS2.
Yes.
And that's actually, I mean, the remaster doesn't look too bad. It looks like a pretty straight up port with a higher res. Oh, they didn't quite fix the circle, like scaling of the HUD.
Yeah,
No
so
honor
there you
among
go.
thieves. Coming fall of this year.
Kamizawa. Yes, coming fall this year. So if you all a fan of like, do you remember Tenchu? Tenchu was like a stealth
Oh yeah,
ninja
Stealth
assassin
Assassins.
game.
Tenchu
Yeah,
was a
that was
lot of
fun.
fun. That was
Well,
the first one was a little jank. I gotta say, I loved it, but it took a while to really get my hands around Tenchu Stealth Assassins because like I remember my friends and I would joke about this because like whenever God, his name was Rikimaru, whenever he would like get into water, he'd go from this like ultra stealthy assassin who like runs kind of funny into like it sounds like just a thrashing Wolverine trying not to drown. Like he'd get in water and it'd be like it's like you're like, dude, I'm just trying to like sneak. And it's just like he's like doing like the full on Olympic style swimming.
axe strokes.
I know. It was it was really funny though. I mean, I understand like the initial splash, but I mean like once you're in water, that should be quiet. I mean, I can be quieter than that without even trying if I'm just like chilling in a, in a river or a pool or something. Anyways,
He's only a ninja on land. He's not.
as soon as he
So
hits
it's like,
water,
sorry, I'm a land ninja. Okay, please.
as soon as he hits water, he just like starts freaking out like he's gonna drown. Help! I don't know how to swim.
Ruthless killer cannot swim.
Oh man. But yes, anyways, yes, I remember long story short, yes, I am familiar with Tenchu Stealth Assassins.
Expect similar gameplay here. So is what I'm saying. I don't know
Okay.
about the swimming part, but expect similar gameplay here. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it was fun. I mean, there were some things that didn't age super well, like being able to target people and stuff.
Yes.
So it's hard to go back. You know what that phrase they say, you can never go home again? I think they were talking about Tenchu Stealth Assassins.
You know what I liked doing way back was cheating on the game and then getting like a whole bunch of like they got these like drug dongles where like people would just eat it and they'll just fall asleep and I'll just keep tossing them in and the dogs and all the guards would just start eating stuff off the ground and they'll pass out and they'll wake up, they'll eat it again. I'm just like, have you learned nothing? It's the funniest thing. They just wake up, they'll eat it and they'll pass out again.
At a certain point, they're just addicted, that's all it is.
They
They're laced
they just
with,
really want to take a nap. They're not even hungry. Just like, I just want to take a nap.
Oh man.
But yeah, so the pre-order is available in the Nippon Ichi store with like a premium edition. So please check it out. And that's it for Kamizawa, The Way of the Thief.
All right.
Okay.
We also got Dusk Diver 2 here, which was developed by Wowin Games and published by none other than Idea Factory. This is a beat 'em up. It's a direct sequel to the original 2019 Dusk Driver game that's set 1 year after the game in modern Taipei. Protagonist Yang Yumo is now a college student and must take to the battlefield once again with the reappearance of the Chaos Beast in Yoshangding. I think I said that.
I just wanted to make Derek read that one because
Did I say that right? Or
I have no idea because I don't speak Mandarin.
oh, okay, cool. Sure, then that's fine. So it's gonna come out in summer of this year on PlayStation 4 and 5, and also Nintendo Switch. And yeah, you can wishlist the launch edition now at the Iffy store. Iffy?
Yeah, Iffy. Iffy is the So Idea Factory also owns the Neptunia series, and Neptunia is known for having different game companies become
Yeah.
characters within the game, and so Idea Factory is one of the
Is
characters
that's the
in the game.
self-insert? It's iffy is
Yeah,
IF.
so yeah, yeah, so
Uh,
yeah, so IF John, yeah, so but the English translation, Neptunia likes to call that character Iffy,
mhm,
so
I
it became
gotcha.
the Iffy store. Yep, so there you go.
All right, you want to watch this trailer also?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
それじゃ行きますか。
Oh, that looks kind of nice. Okay, this almost looks a little like a Muso in a way, but without weapons.
Yeah.
It's like a beat 'em up Muso.
Yes.
Okay, some people have weapons. Is that a scythe? Oh, I love. That's one of the quickest ways to my heart. To be totally honest, is to give your protagonist a scythe.
Yes.
One of the main reasons I love Chrono Cross so much is because you get to and Magus as well from Chrono Trigger using scythes.
Yeah, it's a really cool weapon that I would like to see more characters use. I mean, there's a certain side character in Trails, and everyone likes her, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. So just to a little backstory. Wanine Games is a Taiwanese developer, and I think Dusk Diver was their first game. It's got some pretty good reviews, but also some things that people hope that they'll work on. So this is the second game, and we're really hoping that they'll get it right this time.
Mhm.
So we'll give them, you get one game in, and then you show what you got, and you make the all the fixes, and then the second game we're really expecting it to be very polished. So hopefully this time around, maybe with Idea Factory backing too, they'll get it right this time. The wish list for the launch edition is available, like Derek said, and I do believe is going for $49.99 USD. So not too bad for a limited edition, no less.
How much was
with
that for
all
the
these
limited?
$49.99.
Oh, heck, that's
So yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, so I mean, if you don't want all like the limited edition stuff, once the game comes out, I'm expecting it to be like a $30 title. So, it's not going to break your bank. So,
I appreciate that.
something to watch out
I mean,
for.
and
Yeah.
it's not a bad looking game either.
Yeah, looks pretty good. So, but hey, definitely temper your expectation according to how much they are asking for.
That's right.
So,
Hype responsibly, everybody.
yeah. What else we got, Derek?
All right. Well, we got Samurai Bringer. This is from Playism. It's a roguelike action game where the player will nearly read that wrong. Will meow down the God, I wish it was. Well, where the player will mow down hordes of samurai and demons in order to challenge and defeat the 8-headed monster Moaner serpent?
Monster serpent. Sorry, that was a typo. Monster serpent. Yes.
Monster serpent.
uh,
Yamato no Orochi. This is. I wish this was a cat samurai game now. By the way, thank you for that. Yep. Well,
meow
down hordes of samurai and demons in order to take on the 8-headed monster serpent Yamyato no Myorochi.
Yamyato.
Oh gosh, I suddenly really want this to be a game about samurai cats. Samurai pizza cats.
Oh my god, I miss Samurai Pizza Cats so much.
All right, so it's going to be coming out on 4/21 on PS4, PS5, and Nintendo Switch. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, right, Meow?
Yes.
Hang on. There we go. Oh, that's a little different. I'm not disappointed at all. That looks pretty dang cool, actually. I love that aesthetic. Kind of reminds me of playing games on DS, you know, where it's polygonal but also still somewhat pixely.
Yes.
I don't mind that at all. That's really cool.
So, not exactly a triple A game, but hey, not obviously we cover more games than just triple A titles.
Yeah.
This looks like a fun little time killer, if you will.
Yeah.
So from what I can gather from the trailer anyways, is that there are many enemy heroes that you can defeat in the regular game, and once you do, they're somehow enshrined and you can sort of use their abilities, it looks like. And then you go into this sort of Muso kind of scenario where you just like mow down again hordes of samurai and demons, and so on and so forth. So that's the kind of game that you're looking at, but it's also roguelite, so every mission or what have you will be just a little different, so just to keep the game fresh. So I think that's pretty interesting.
Super rad. It looks like a modern day PSP title, I think. Just actually, when I said DS, what I really thought was PSP, I think, because it looks a lot like Hex's Force, where it's
yes, absolutely. I see, when I saw that, I was like, is that a port, like PSP or Vita, like, because that's what it looked like.
No, they just
but
going for
apparently
an aesthetic. Looks like.
Yeah, apparently this is a brand new game.
Gotta appreciate it. All right.
Yeah.
Samurai Bringer. I mean, it's no Samurai Pizza Cats video game, but it's something.
I'll take what I can get, I'll take what I can get. All right. So next up we got Fallen Legion, Rise to Glory, and Revenants, double pack. So this is actually developed by an Indonesian studio, which is pretty cool. And in fact, this is the first time an Indonesian studio got their game on a console. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I didn't know that until I started reading up on it.
The first time any Indonesian developer?
Any Indonesian studio. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a pretty big deal.
So this is our first indie RPG, everybody.
Yeah, pretty much. So Yummy Tummy. I did not. I can't. Their company is Yummy Tummy, but the developer is developed by Yummy Tummy, and also with arts made by Mint Sphere. It was published by Nippon Ichi. Fallen Legion Rise to Glory and its sequel, Fallen Legion Revenants, will be ported to PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC this summer. So for those who don't know what Fallen Legion looks like, both games will feature multiple main characters that you can pick, and the battle system is very similar to the Valkyrie profile game. So you've got like each character assigned to a button, and you press the button and they do things, right? Does that make sense so far? Right?
Yeah.
You play Valkyrie profile, right, Derek?
No,
you have. Okay, well, another
shame
game
me.
we need to shame him into.
Bring on the shame. I'm here for it.
But basically, the original Valkyrie profile, anyways, like you got 4 characters. Each one is mapped to one of the buttons, like square, X, triangle, circle, and what have you. So each time you press a button, they'll go in and do an attack, right? So that's what this game is like. Except in this game, the battle is also real time. So in Valkyrie profile, like the enemies would like not do anything and just wait for you to do your action, right? In this game, you can't. They won't wait for you. They'll keep attacking. So you have to time your blocks correctly, and if you time it correctly, you completely deflect the attack and you can counter attack. So like it adds like an extra dimension to the original Valkyrie profile gameplay.
Okay.
So it's actually really cool.
So it's like an action. So it's like a Valkyrie profile action RPG in a way. Maybe the trailer would do better justice.
Maybe it's not so much action because you don't get to run around and like dodge things, if that makes
Oh,
sense.
so it's more like a
Yeah.
timing-based game, though, in a way.
Timing based, yeah. There's some real time action involved, but I wouldn't go so far as to call it an action game.
Okay.
But yeah, taking a look at a trailer will definitely clear some things up. You
All
wanna
right.
take a look at that?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
give this a look here. All right. Experience the Fallen Legion collection.
See
It's a
that?
bit of that paper doll.
Yes.
You talk to everyone.
It's still kind of hard to pick out. Oh, I kind of see what's going on, I guess.
Yeah, that's the block right there.
I will bring us glory again. And if I bring a little glory to myself,
Yeah, so
in
the enemies will attack you. You gotta
process,
block, but you can sort of attack back like as soon as they're done.
Mm-hmm.
The consequence of building an empire on conquest and then conquering everything.
We all have our roles to play in this grand opera.
All right.
We must turn the people against Ivor.
I know who I'm fighting for. So many lives are in the balance, Lucian. We can't afford any missteps.
So these are a collection that's being ported to console for the first time. So I guess previously these were
No. So maybe I should clarify. The games were made available for console for the first time ever in, I guess, Indonesian game developing history. This is just the latest port to PS5 and something else. So
okay.
this was already available on PS4.
Okay. This is
but
just
now
the team that was like, okay. I see.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So this game will come as a double pack. So it's not like, separate games. Like you just get both at the same time and in one purchase. So it's pretty cool.
Can I be
there
honest?
will be.
I
yeah.
don't love it.
You don't love it?
No. It's that paper doll aesthetic. I just can't do it. I mean, sometimes there's so far been one game that I've gotten past that on, and that's the Eiyuden Rising, but that I don't know.
Yeah, I'm typically not a fan of that either. Now if the story and gameplay is good enough to bring it up, and I can excuse it, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case. So
I hate to be like, oh yeah, the graphics are going to be a turnoff to me, because I know for the longest time people have been like, like harping about, graphics don't matter. And I think for the most part, they really don't. It's just that's my pet peeve is that paper doll aesthetic that just it just doesn't work for me.
no, I completely get it.
Am I alone? And I was going to say, besides you, Baku, am I alone? Chat, is anybody out there like just completely turned off by these aesthetics?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. I mean, let us know how y'all feel about that kind of aesthetics. I am not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Of that
There's
paper
a certain
doll.
game. Yeah, there's a certain game that was just really like egregious with it, and that was a game called like Super Neptunia RPG. It was just terrible.
Oh yeah,
It was just terrible.
that was a
The
Canadian developed
joints-
game, right?
Yeah, the joints is just like, the roboto. Like it was so
Yeah.
bad. It depends if they're able to get the joint. It's always the joints that gives it away. But if they
Yeah.
can do the joints correctly, then
Mhm.
then it looks a little better.
Now I see.
yeah.
We got a question from the chat here. It comes from a Happy Console Gamer. He says, "Hey, do you guys
Hello.
like RPGs?"
I don't know about RPGs. I'm an
I don't
FPS
know.
kind of guy. So,
Hey,
yeah.
John, good to see you, man. Welcome.
Hello. Yeah. So let's see. So yes, so the pre-order is available at the Nippon Ichi store. You can check that out over there. And again, that is wait, hold on. Again, that is coming this summer.
Yeah.
So, yes. So if
28th
you're
of
interested in that,
July. Yeah.
yes. No, that's
Oh, wait,
the
wait,
next
no,
game.
that's the next one. Whoops. My bad.
Skipping ahead, are we?
Yep.
Speaking of July 28th.
Yeah, speaking
well,
of,
let's talk about this one.
much ado
This
about
one,
nothing.
this one I'm actually excited about because I've always felt like I love Mega Man X, and then it just kind of went to like poop with which one was it? Was it X7? Whichever one they went to 3D, that's when I'm just like, no, I can't Mega Man X anymore.
Mhm.
But there's a spiritual successor by the name of Azure Striker Gunvolt. Have you heard of Gunvolt before, Derek?
The name sounds vaguely familiar, but I haven't been following it.
Yeah, so let's take a look to see if you like this one. So Inti Creates announced the third installment of the popular Gunvolt series. Gunvolt is a spiritual successor to Mega Man X series, where it follows the story of Gunvolt and his battle against an organization of adepts known as Eden. So adepts are basically like the Mavericks of this universe, if you
Okay.
will. And adepts are basically people who have sort of grown and evolved into this new being that can use these like special power. So kind of like mutants, if you will. Like if you think in terms of like X-Men. So there's an organization called Eden of these adepts, powerful adepts that wants to sort of rule over humanity.
Yeah.
You know, so a pretty simple story. And you play as Gunvolt, who is himself an adept who fights against this organization, except in this title, you actually play as a new protagonist named Kirin. Kirin is sent to seal Gunvolt from awakening, continuing from Gunvolt 2 story. So let's take a look at the trailer.
You got it. Let's give that a look here.
Fates are sealed as paradigms shift and a new era unfolds. In the near future, a new form of human adepts awaken to powers.
Okay, I can kind of see some of that Mega Man influence here.
Adepts named Eden vied for supremacy, but Gunvolt ended their ambitions. However, after countless battles,
Okay, I think I have seen some Gunvolt gameplay.
Yeah.
Sumeragi's hidden counterpart, Shadow Yakumo, caught wind of this next-level power and was forced to act.
All right. Is this Kirin?
Kirin.
Yeah.
Trained as Shadow Yakumo's battle priestess, Kirin is the world's only wielder of radiant fetters, allowing her to seal other septimal powers.
That looks super clean.
Battles
Like,
foes up close with her
Yeah.
sword and by throwing talismans imbued with her power.
I love how fluid the game plays.
Gunvolt, alias G.
yeah, I've definitely, okay, I've definitely seen some Gunvolt before.
Yeah.
Sacred swords.
It's
Azure
not
Striker,
my jam per se, but this looks really nice. That pixel art looks so solid.
Yeah.
A young lady from Gunvolt's past returns as an illusion made physical. Should you fall in battle, her song can awaken the power within Gunvolt. Kirin and Gunvolt clash with the rampaging adepts who emerge before them.
There you go.
Yeah,
There's
that's-
your Mega Man boxes right there.
Yep.
Strikers make it through the chaotic night to see the dawn.
So, yeah, Gunvolt, that's the,
Gunvolt 3.
that's the Mega Man X successor.
Yeah.
It's
spiritual stuff like that, absolutely.
Kind of
Look
a,
at that.
kind of a shame that other one didn't pan out the way that we all kind of hoped.
Yeah.
I can't even remember
was
the
it
name of it.
Mighty something?
Mighty number 9? No, it wasn't 9.
9? 8?
I don't know.
9. I think it's 9.
I see.
Yeah.
That's how poorly it did. I can't even remember the name anymore.
Well, but the other one was the other one was supposed to be a spiritual successor for the original Mega Man. This is more of a spiritual successor for Mega Man X.
Yeah.
So like a little different in terms of gameplay. But you know, so Gunvolt's got super tight controls, very flashy, very very quick actions. So and that's sort of like what people liked about X. Is that flashy gameplay and
Yeah.
the super tight controls. And I think they nailed it with the 2 other installments in Gunvolt, and I can't wait to see what they do with this one. Again, it will be available July 28th. Thank you, Derek. On the Switch.
You betcha. Now, what I really just couldn't wait to talk about, so much to the fact that I actually ended up putting Donna in the thumbnail today. Ys 8. Oh man, I loved this game so much when I played it. I have no idea why I still haven't played 9 yet. But Ys 8, Falcom and NIS are bringing Ys 8 to the PlayStation 5 this fall. So you can pre-order the limited edition. It's getting a very special limited edition for just the low price of $99.99.
Just a low price.
Okay. But it comes with a soft cover art book, not a hardcover, but a soft cover. Unfortunately,
yes.
And the NIS store for yeah, that's the one, for $100.
$100.
Oh yeah, it's also got
more than a soft cover book.
Yeah, there's the Journal of Adolf Kristen. God, I'm just not on it today. Ys 8 soundtrack. So that's nice. An acrylic bookends, a cloth poster, and a steelbook case. PS5
bookends actually look really nice.
Do
the
they?
Bookends. The acrylic bookends actually look really nice. I was like, I'm like debating if I want to pick this up, but go on.
All right. And then, PS5 port will also include all previously released cosmetic DLCs from the PS4 version of the game.
Yes.
So
yes. So that's the PS5 version. Now, additionally, if you are not feeling the PS5 edition, we totally get it. You don't even have a PS5, am I right? The price of the PS4 version actually dropped to $30 in the Nipponichi store. So that's great news. For all the folks who unfortunately had to pay as scalpers before, I am so sorry. I got mine for $40. So I could have gotten this for $30 now. So, but if you've waited this entire time and you don't care for the PS5 version, you just want to play the game and you want a hard copy, Nipponichi's got you covered. In fact, you can head on over there right now. It's in stock for $30. So, at one point, the North American version of Ys 8 went up to like $90 copy because of scalpers.
Yeah.
So,
I wouldn't say it's scalpers at that price because, PS4 version of Ys 8, Vita version of Ys 8, like Falcom games just in general tend to go up in price because they come, like, people don't want to part with them, really. So,
that could make sense. Yeah.
I think that's more of a natural, just
natural price, supply and demand thing.
I think so, because that's been a thing. I feel like scalping has really made things worse in a lot of ways, but I feel like, this is just high demand and low supply, generally.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and take a look at this PS5 trailer because I want to see if it's, I want to see what they've done with it. All right.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Good old Falcom. Gotta love them.
Oh, it's not Trails. Look at that.
It's not Trails. Oh, let's cancel. So, people are probably going to be maybe a little disappointed that it doesn't look a whole lot better than this. But keep in mind, this is a port of a Vita game. So, there's only so much they can really do.
Yeah, it's not a remaster, guys. It's a port.
Yeah.
Don't expect remaster quality.
Yeah, like legitimately, you'd be just as well off with the PS4 version, probably.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the Switch release, honestly. So whatever version you can get your hands on that has the stuff in it that you want, do that. But if you're just in it to speculate on the price and hope that your collector's edition turns out to be worth $1,000 someday, you can get the PS5 collector's edition. Or if you're just a true believer, I know some of you are out there.
Yeah.
Oh man,
there you go.
That does look good.
Ys 8.
coming to PS5. Yeah,
So
that.
can I be
Yeah,
I
go
be
ahead.
honest? I might actually pick this up, and I'm gonna bet my bottom dollars that there will be East 9 PS5 port too. Just throwing it out there for people.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be
Ye-
surprised.
There's no reason why they would do East 8 PS5 port and then not East 9. But then again, Falcom makes weird decisions sometimes, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anyways,
I mean,
but yeah.
Falcom is kind of a. I mean, they're a long, they've been around a long, long time, but only recently have they really started making big waves. I would say relatively big waves in the small pond that is, the JRPG community, the JRPG ecosystem. Like they're moving units with the Trails games now, and East is starting to pick up a little bit more. I'm really glad for them, but they are not a well-funded company. I'll say.
That is true. That is
So
true.
so that's why I'm like, I'm not gonna. I'm okay. I'm happy for them that they're porting these games to more platforms and really reaping the rewards of their hard work, because these are great games, and I hope that
Mhm.
if you missed out, that you'll take an opportunity to buy from them and give them some money instead of just buying from like a scalper or a reseller or something like that
Yeah.
online.
Actually, I think East 9 is already on PS5. So
Is it already? Okay.
tell you what I know, because I didn't look into East 9 at all, because I haven't played East 8 yet, so I didn't bother looking into East 9. So yes, correction, East 9 is on PSI. I just had to look it. I was like,
Makes sense.
it's strange. It's strange that it's not on it. But yeah, no, East 9 is already on PS5. East 8 will be on PS5 this fall. I'm actually, so all I was gonna say is I probably will pick up the PS5 version and play that. So maybe I'll give my PS4 version away. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a do a little contest and how about it? Should we do some like hit point fan art and then just give away East 8? I don't know. Is that good? Is that okay?
East 8
We'll
fan
talk
art.
about it.
Or not
We'll
East
talk
8
about
fan art, but fan art of HitPoint.
yeah,
Okay, we'll think about it.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we'll see.
All right.
You want to take this next one here? Prinny presents.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So Nipponichi again, wow, they got a lot of announcements that we're covering. It's just
Yeah.
like NIS. So
I know.
Prinny presents NIS Classic Volume 3. This is the other one that I'm really excited about. Nipponichi is bringing the third volume of the classics, this time featuring La Pucelle Ragnarok and Rhapsody, a musical adventure. This is actually the first time that La Pucelle Ragnarok is available in the West. Now they had La Pucelle Tactics,
Yeah.
but that's not the same. This is actually a upgraded version with new game plus, new artwork, new endings, and also the Skya crossover characters. So if you guys like, I forgot his name, Edna, and dang, I forgot the Skya's main character,
Couldn't tell
Lahali.
you. Couldn't
Yeah,
tell you.
yeah. They will be available in La Pucelle Ragnarok. Now, as for Rhapsody, a musical adventure, I keep wanting to say a magical adventure.
I know, me too.
It's a Disney thing. This will be based on the PS1 version of the game.
Okay.
So fans of the series may know that there are two versions of Rhapsody. There's the PS1 version, which uh, feels like a Trails kind of gameplay where you enter a random encounter and you get to like sort of like strategy RPG isometric like battle, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Not 100% exactly the same, but similar. Like you can kind of like visualize in your head. The DS version is just a plain sort of like turn-based RPG that looked more like a Final Fantasy battle, if you will.
Okay.
Which is a huge difference, right? Going
Yeah.
from like a Final Fantasy battle and a sort of like a Trails grid-based sort of strategy battle. Well,
Yeah.
this is going to be based on the PS1 game, so you're going back to the isometric strategy RPG.
Oh, that's really
Yeah,
cool.
so
'Cause
not like an RP, not like a Final
Yeah.
Fantasy thing, but yeah, so that's pretty cool.
didn't have any idea that they were so different. So I appreciate
absolutely.
the info dump, because I have the DS version of Rhapsody actually, but I've never cracked it open. As is the case with a lot of the games that my backlog is bigger than the list of games I've finished.
You're just constantly finding new things for us to shame you for. Right?
Yep, exactly. But I've always wanted the PS1 version because it looks really nice. It looks really nice. I like the chunky pixel look. But this is, I don't know, is this going to maintain that visual look, or is it going to be a little bit different? I don't know.
Well, let's take a look at the trailer and you'll see.
Oh, geez. Okay, more trailers.
More trailers. I did warn you that today is going to be a lot of trailers. It's very trailer heavy.
Yeah, welcome to Show and Trailer.
So yeah, so you get both games in the collection, in case that wasn't clear. You get both in the collection.
They've been doing this lately with these re-releases. Oh look, they got it's the straight up port. They've got the CRT filter on it, the scan lines. I love that look. I like it a lot. Oh, that looks so nice.
Oh wait, there's more, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so it looks like they don't have the scan lines on this one, so that must be a setting you can turn on and off, which is nice for everybody who doesn't like the CRT filters. I understand, but they look a little bit fuzzy, but...
Yeah, this one has like the Disgaea art, if you will.
Yeah, they look nice.
Yeah.
2 classic titles.
Yeah, dude.
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 Classics making a comeback,
Dude.
Dude. I love this, dude.
Yeah.
I should probably get
this. This is why I was really excited for this.
Dude.
Yeah, so I saw the other two collection, like collection 1, collection 2. Obviously, this is the third collection, right? If it wasn't obvious. But this one got me excited. The other two, like they're okay.
Can I just say that I love the fact that they know their demographic. They know their target audience because they're calling me dude, and I'm like, yes, call me dude.
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 Most versatile word in the entire English language.
Absolutely, yeah. So I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. You will just have to wait a bit longer for the game. The game has no set release date. However, it is slated for summer of this year. So in a couple of months, we should see this game come out. I do believe you can pre-order it already in the NIS store. So please check that out. We'll have some links later on. Okay, so the last game from the New Game Plus Expo is called Pocky and Rocky Reshrined.
Nice.
Yes,
Pocky and
Reshrined.
Rocky.
So,
That's pretty exciting. That's
Pocky and Rocky, yeah. Oh my god.
I have the GBA release of Pocky and Rocky.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they've got SNES copies of Pocky and Rocky out there as well that exist. If you can afford them, they're pretty expensive. Heck, even the GBA version's kind of steep at this point, but
I played it when I was a kid. I love this game. I love this game. This is one of the games I grew up with. And you know, okay, so let's talk a little bit, right? So this is from Natsume. We're making the remake of this is a remake, by the way, of the Super Nintendo classic scrolling shooter, also known as Kiki Kaikai in Japan. So and that's the reason why I wasn't able to find this game forever, because I just knew that's Kiki Kaikai, and they keep asking people about it. They're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, and I had no idea that they had renamed it to Pocky and Rocky, and that was the reason why I couldn't find this stupid game. So in this game, you can play from 5 playable characters, Pocky and Rocky, of course, but also 3 other characters, Ame no Utsume, Ikatsuchi, and Hotaru Gozen. So you will see what they look like in the trailer. And this game is slated to release in June 24th this year on PS4 and the Switch. I'm totally getting this on the Switch. I am definitely getting this on the Switch.
just want to be able to play it on the go mostly, you think?
Oh yeah. Well, Here's the thing. I mean, you get the local 2-player co-op. Like, just imagine, like, just taking the Switch, just hanging out, and just like taking it out, and just get your two control. You know, this is not the Switch Pro. Unfortunately, we don't have like the 4 Joy-Con. But you do have 2 Joy-Cons, so you know you could play a local co-op. I think it's almost like made for the Switch. So right. But anyways, do you want to take a look at the last trailer that we got?
Yeah, let's give it a roll here. It's not the last. Oh yeah, it's the last trailer. Yeah. Okay.
Trailer. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's pull this up here.
Oh, that music, man, just takes me back.
I like how they named him Rocky because people assumed it's Rocky Raccoon or something, but he said Tanuki.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that does look really good.
So good looking. And here are the other characters.
I like that they kept it kind of the pixely aesthetic. It's not just like a. They didn't go paper doll. I love that.
Yeah. It's really cute. I want to get this so I can play with my nephews too. So I think it'll be fun for them to play together.
Yeah, that does look really nice.
Yeah. Okay. So that's Pocky and Rocky. And now if you would like to go ahead and pre-order, there are actually 2 separate locations because I know we've got European listener viewers, if you will. So if you are in Europe, you want to visit Strictly Limited Games. And for those of us in the States, you want to visit Games Rocket. So those are the places where you can pre-order the game.
Yeah. All right. That covers up all of New Game Plus Expo, doesn't it?
Man, that was a lot of games that they had showcased. I'm actually pretty excited to see some of these games.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about it. You know, as the release date draw close, we'll definitely be sure to remind all of you. You know, by like a week out, we'll let you know that the game's coming.
Yeah. So we have a little bit of news. It's not a really like a. I don't know. It doesn't really fit into a whole lot else. So I'll just dive into this here. Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, you know, or whatever the title will end up being, has been delayed, unfortunately, until at least 2023 here. So Nintendo released an official announcement regarding the delay, featuring the series producer, Eiji Aonuma. Aonuma. Yeah.
Aonuma.
Yeah, thank you.
Aonuma, yeah. I got you. I got you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I was reading it and it just didn't. I was like, I know that's not right. That didn't come out right. Okay. So,
good enough.
So, anyways, we have the text of that here, but I don't know. Would it be better just to watch it here or?
Well, see, the problem is that he speaks in Japanese. So for those who are listening to the podcast, and that's why I included it. So for people who are listening to podcasts, right, they have no idea what they're saying.
Good point. So maybe I'll just do the voiceover myself here.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. I have an update to share with the launch timing of the sequel of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. We have previously announced that we were aiming to release for a 2022 release for this game. However, we have decided to extend our development time a bit and change the release to spring of 2023. For those of you who have been looking forward to a release this year, we apologize. As previously announced, the adventure of this sequel will take place not just on the ground, as in the previous game, but also in the skies above. However, the extended world goes beyond that, and there will be even wider variety of features you can enjoy, including new encounters and new gameplay elements. In order to make this game experience something special, the entire development team is continuing to work diligently on this game, so please wait a little longer. That's all for today's announcement. Thank you.
And that was Eiji Aonuma, of course. This what he sounds like in English.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he sounds like.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
All right. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but you know what? as he is famously quoted for saying, when I say he, I'm thinking of Miyamoto-san. You know, a rushed game is, or a delayed game is you know, is late, but it is eventually good. But a rushed game is always bad. So, you know, take your time, make the best game, the best Zelda game that you can, and I'll play the heck out of it and when it comes out. In the meantime, I think I got plenty of stuff to keep me entertained for all of 2022. Holy moly.
I'm not even, well, first of all, I probably wouldn't even play it because I didn't like the original Breath of the Wild, but just because I didn't like it doesn't mean it wasn't a great game. And boy, like I think it's probably one of the most beloved like Zelda entry. You know, of course, including all the classics like what is it? Link to the Past and, you know, Majora's Mask and what have you. Like it's like it's became that sort of like top Zelda game that you must play sort of status for a lot of fans.
Little
so you know, obviously I hate that the weapons wear out. I hated it. I hated it so much.
That's the two main things I think most people criticize is the weapon breaking, and then also the lack of the traditional themed dungeons, you know, which I think it was nice to break away from, but I really hope that they get back to the fun and puzzly dungeons before. I mean, the beasts didn't really do it for me. It wasn't really enough.
But nonetheless, it's just so well received. And so I'm really hoping that they get a good one out there for all the Zelda fans. I've got a lot of friends who are just major Zelda fans who are just so heartbroken right now.
I know.
No, but nonetheless, I hope that they don't pull like a, you know, Cyberpunk. They actually take the time and actually make it good. So
yeah.
All right. So are we ready for this? Are you sure? Are you sure we're ready for this?
Sure.
Yeah, well, what a bummer, man. Just one bad news after another. No E3 for 2022. Just
That's a shame.
Oh.
I feel like E3 is kind of been doing everything in their power to become less relevant throughout the years, and at this point, I don't care. If this had happened, and when this happened years ago, when E3 was doing, like, they went private for 1 year, basically. They went like, oh, this is an event for the game developers or whatever. At that point, it was like, then it really bugged me. It made me be like, oh man, I don't get to like read about it in EGM anymore. And that's the last time I cared about E3 was when I couldn't read about it in EGM. So yeah, E3 this year is canceled.
Boo-hoo.
You know,
it's just, you guys couldn't tell, we were just super sarcastic about being sad over this.
I mean, it's one less opportunity for announcers to get up in front of large audiences and show everybody how little they know or care about the video game industry. Like, it's just it's like the end of YouTube Rewind, you know, like like maybe at one point it was like cool, but now it's just like
it became really tone deaf. And
it's just bad, you know.
So let me give it the official read anyway. So the Entertainment Software Association ESA issued an official statement that the Electronic Entertainment Expo, also known as E3, is completely canceled for 2022. Oh no. The show was originally scheduled for virtual and in-person this year, and then in January, it was announced that it would be an online-only experience due to the pandemic. Now that's even canceled. On related news, Summer Game Festival is coming, which seems to fill the void of E3. Is scheduled for June this year, and it's going to be a full digital event, just as it has been in previous years. So I don't think people ought to be too sad. I mean, if you just wanted an event where they just cover game news, well, you've got that Summer Game Fest coming. And
I mean,
it's just be what it is.
We've got Summer Games Fest. We just wrapped up the New Game Plus Expo, you know. There's GDC that's just coming out later on this year. Like there are other events. E3 used to be the big dog, but it just, like I said, over the years has been doing everything in its power to become less relevant. And I'm not even
once Nintendo and Sony start doing their own thing, like
it's days were
two
numbered.
major
and at
two
this
major
point
powers.
And at this point, it's just no big loss. That's all I can really say. Yeah, see ya.
But we got to cover it anyways. It's game news. You guys know we got to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, let's go with some exciting news, though. Shall I talk about this one?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but there is a little company called Limited Run Games. And what they do is they take a lot of these digital release games, the digital only, with no big publishers behind them. They'll take the game, they'll give you a limited run, as the company implies, and give you physical copies with little like additional things that's added to it. So it's really cool service for a lot of like small indie developers because they just don't have the capital for a physical release. But a lot of fans want to keep them for like, I don't know, memorabilia, what have you. So, that's where they come in. Now, Limited Run Games will have a retail store opening at the end of April. So the grand opening of its first retail store will be in Cary, North Carolina in the States. The grand opening event will feature over 800 game titles and merch. There will be event exclusive items. There will be signings from guests such as Matt and Aaron Bolzan, the husband and wife team behind the Shantae series. And I know you guys like the Shantae series because, man, the Shantae series looks really good. Especially for anyone who's a fan of like the old time sort of like platformer games. Like Shantae's fun. So they'll be at the signing along with a couple other guests. More details in a link, which we'll link in the description down below, where you can check out their official announcement along with a full list of details of things that you can expect. So really cool to see that they have a retail store opening.
Yeah, that is really interesting. Hopefully they do really well. It'd be pretty cool to see limited run stores pop up across the United States.
I wonder how far Cary is from me. North Carolina is not far, so maybe I can.
Maybe we can get some boots on the ground, get some eyewitness news going on here.
Yes.
Report live.
I want to go all the way there? Do I want to go all the way there though?
Do you?
I'm gonna look this up. You want to take the next one?
All right.
Derek,
sure. So there have been some rumblings lately about the upcoming PlayStation Plus revamp that Sony has been working on. They've had some code names that they've been operating under, and honestly, it's just I've been living under a rock. I haven't really cared at all. So I
forgot what it was called.
Spartacus.
Honestly. Spartacus, thank you.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's coming out in June of 2022, and it's going to be launching with 700 plus games.
Yes, 700 plus games.
So, PlayStation Plus is essential to this service, and I guess that you're going to get 2 monthly downloadable games from the list of 700 games. So it's kind of like Audible in a way. Instead of getting one, book per month, you get 2 games. Kind of neat. You also get exclusive discounts, which already sort of existed for PS Plus members, right?
Yes. And in fact, this is exactly the same as the current PS Plus.
Yeah.
They're just calling it something different now.
Okay. And then
same price and everything.
Cloud storage for saved games, online multiplayer access. I remember when that used to be free. PlayStation Plus accounts will be rolled into this tier. So this is just the PlayStation Plus Essential tier that we're talking about right now. There's extra tiers. Yes. So the PlayStation Plus Extra tier is it adds a catalog of up to 400 PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games downloadable for play. And then the PlayStation Plus Premium adds...
This is where it gets complicated.
Adds up to 340 additional games, including PlayStation 3 games available via cloud streaming, catalog of beloved classic games available in both streaming and downloadable options on the from the original PlayStation, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation Portable generation.
Yes.
And there will also be time-limited game trials that will be offered in this tier, so customers can try select games before they buy. So this is legitimately my first time reading anything about it because of how little I've cared. Because I just don't subscribe to console services. I just don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but don't you love streaming game off the Switch though, Derek? I mean, come on.
Oh yeah,
Kingdom Hearts streaming Kingdom Hearts. Come on.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts on Nintendo Switch Wi-Fi. That's the best way to experience any of the games, honestly.
Oh man, yeah. I also really hate. I hate what they're doing with this. I would much rather that they open up the store and just let me buy the games, instead of making this. Look, I like additional avenues in which we can play the games, right? If you are a fan of being able to subscribe to these services and just play the game and don't own anything per se, and just when the subscription's over, you just don't have access and you're cool with that, like that's fine. Like I'm sure there are people who actually prefers it that way.
Yeah.
But I would hate to see it that that's the only avenue to enjoy the games. Like I would love it if they can do both. Like yes, you can stream these, or if you just want to own one or two games, you can just go and buy them from the store. But unfortunately, I don't think that's, really possible. So just some context here too. So the plus extra, of course, you can just get downloadable games with PS4, PS5. And these PS4, PS5 titles are not hard to get because they're modern, right? So it's kind of whatever. The plus premium is where you start entering the classics and games that you no longer have access to. So particularly interesting to note is PS3 games are available via cloud streaming only, because emulating the PS3 games on hardware is almost impossible.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all by that.
Yeah.
And I was actually kind of surprised that it was even an option at all, because the PS3 is just, I mean, it requires a bit of grunt. So I guess that's an interesting. I mean, you would think the PS5 could handle it.
I think it's the architecture. It's not the computing power. It's the architecture.
I mean,
that's so.
But I mean, there's also a
weird.
computer. There, we can emulate PS3 on PC though, right?
Can we?
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure we can.
So yeah, maybe not well enough as like a polished product, like because when it comes to emulating games on a PC, for example, like there are all these little glitches here and there, and then if they offer an official product, they have to support it and what have you. So I can see why they won't do it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but for PlayStation 2, PSP, I'm surprised they didn't say anything about Vita. Maybe
That was a
maybe
little
it's
weird
counted
too,
in
yeah.
PSP. I was like, what happened to Vita? They don't want to talk about Vita.
That was suspiciously absent.
They don't want to talk about Vita. But those are downloadable and streamable. So you have both options. You can download and stream. Yeah, I just wish that they would, they would open it both ways. Just like let the streaming happen. That's fine. Some people want it that way. But maybe I just want, say, Tactics Ogre. I just want Tactics Ogre so I can purchase it and just have it on my PS4, PS5. That's not possible. At least as it stands right now. So not great news for me personally, but I mean, hey, if this is something that you're into, like that's cool that you at least get that option, right? So kind of mix on this.
So I will also mention real quick that apparently the Steam Deck is capable of emulating PS3.
Oh, is it? But is it good enough?
I don't know.
That like you won't get complaints and and because I'm sure you could do it, but you have to like tweak settings and stuff. When people go for like a PlayStation game, they just want it to just work, right? Like I shouldn't have to fuss with it. I shouldn't have to change settings. Like it should just work out the box. Um, and anything short of that probably isn't good enough for them to push it out, I think.
Yeah. So it looks like it runs a little bit rough on the Steam Deck, but the fact that it runs at all is pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just, just the Steam Deck is just out, and it has no like first party information about like the architecture of the PS3 that's like just being reversed. Like I don't know. I would think that the PS5 could do it with its,
I'm sure it can do it.
It's just they
to
haven't.
what extent?
Yeah, they haven't put in the development to make it do it. It's easier to do it in the cloud, I guess.
Mhm.
Oh well, whatever.
I do have one thing that I forgot to add in.
Oh, yeah?
So yes, I don't know how much of this matters to the folks who are watching this right now, but for the PlayStation Plus Premium. So we talk about cloud streaming. Well, what happens if you live in a country where you can't do cloud streaming, right? I don't suspect a whole lot of you will happen, but there is an extra tier called the PlayStation Plus Deluxe, and that's going to cost less than the premium, and basically has all the things of premium except only games downloadable, no streaming. And I almost prefer that. Just, I don't want
I know.
stream
Can I set up I was gonna say, can we just set up a different account for like, I don't know, who's got bad internet? Like Australia.
Australia.
I mean, actually, Australia does have good internet. It's just expensive as heck. But yeah, so yeah, just like set up for like an Australian account, and then like get the, pay the dollary dues you need to get the services you want and not the stuff you don't.
Yeah, for the Plus Deluxe edition. Yeah. It was just like a fine print thing. Like we'll post the link below so you can read the official announcement. It was just kind of like a fine print thing right underneath the premium edition that I forgot to add in. But there you go for anyone who cares about this, and specifically if you couldn't stream and you live in a country where that's even offered, congratulations. There's another tier just for you.
Yeah. All right. Well, Baku, before we wind down, what are you doing? What are you doing these days? Where can people find you? What are you playing?
Okay, so I just finished Yakuza Like a Dragon. It was quite a ride. I can definitely recommend that for anyone who is an RPG fan. There are some misgivings, and I've outlined it in my stream, but if you want to hear it again, definitely come by and I'll tell you all about it. I'm currently playing a game called The Cruel King and the Great Hero, which is a little gem that I discovered from Nipponichi that has not gotten a lot of press, and whatever press I did find were pretty negative from these game reviewers, these magazine game reviewers, just trashing it all over. So yeah, I'm like, okay, well, is it really that bad? Is it really terrible? Come and find out. I'm having fun with it, honestly. So I'm streaming over at my channel, and you can find it down below, Wednesday through Sunday. So actually today is the stream day. I'm actually debating if I want to stream or not because I'm tired.
Yeah.
Lazy. But usually Wednesday through Sunday, you'll be able to find me in my Twitch channel at Bakusan JRPG. Bakusan JRPG. Yes.
Awesome. All right. And right now I'm streaming through the Golden Sun game. Well, not games. I was going to say Golden Sun games, but I'm only playing the first one right now over on twitch.tv/SuperDerek And you can find me there, link in the description. I stream there every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting around 6 p.m. Central. So if you're interested in that, I'll see you over there. Links, again, are in the description. So now I'll go ahead and change things over here to Super Chats. We got a few that we could take a look over real quick here. Got one here from Duo Beard, who says,
hello, Duo Beard.
My wishes go out to Yoshi P on his current injuries. And yeah, that's such a, again, that's just for everybody who's curious. That's a reference again to the April Fool's episode that we talked about. Yeah, that's he's actually okay.
Yes,
as far as we know,
he's not injured.
As far as we know, he's not injured. No Yoshi P's were harmed in the making of today's podcast. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So we also got a super chat here from Still Alive, who said, either of you have Sega Saturn games, and how many? And Baku, have you got any Sega Saturn games?
None. I never got a Sega system growing up, so any RPGs that were on the Sega system, I actually haven't played. That's just a fact of life. My family, my household were a Nintendo, and then we moved over to Sony, and we just never looked back.
Yeah.
I do have a Dreamcast though, but I bought that Dreamcast for myself. But unfortunately, that's way later. So,
Yeah.
what about you, Derek?
Well, I have a few. I've got quite a few, and I didn't used to.
Huh.
Okay, so tell you what, there's a video that you'll probably find on my channel. It's called Insane Saturn Haul, which is when I acquired the vast majority of all of the Sega Saturn games that I will ever own. It was this incredible find from a Value Village when I was living in Seattle, where I bought a stack of games that were in these thin jewel cases, and I was like, I didn't quite know what I was buying because I saw that one of them had like a Sega Saturn game in it. I was like, oh my God, I have to, because it was being sold as like a lot for $50.
Oh,
and so I looked at one and I put it back, and I'm like, I'm going to the checkouts. I just saw Panzer Dragoon, and I'm like, this is not Saga, just Panzer Dragoon. And I was like, I need this. So I walked up, I bought it, walked home shaking, went live on YouTube to go through these one by one, and I came across a whole bunch of games that I still own.
Wow.
Magic Knight Ray Earth being like the big one. A stall. So like I've got several.
Wow.
So I've got several Sega Saturn games, and I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but yes, I do have some, and I got incredibly lucky. Check out the video if you want to see what all I got. It's old, but yeah, it was nuts.
Dude, that's insane.
I will never. That was my greatest haul of video game hunting ever, and I will never top it. Like, and I knew it in that moment. Like, I knew it when I got home. I was like, I went live to unbox it because I was like, I have to. Like, I have to document this because this is my once in a lifetime experience.
Yes,
everybody dreams about it. All the collectors dream about something like that. And it finally actually happened to me. And
it's either some thrift shop or it's like some yard sale, right? You're just like, oh, please let there be some kind of games. And yeah.
And then we have one final super chat here that came in through from Mushy, who asked, how did you make that cool wax seal stamp? And well, I got to be honest, I didn't make that one. I did try making one out of some clay, some like epoxy clay that you can get at hobby shops and stuff. And I actually made my own logo out of it, like just piece by piece, like put the hair and I did the thing, but the seal broke. So because I actually spent some time to make it look as like 3D and cool as possible, but unfortunately it broke and it didn't work because it was too it was just too brittle and it didn't work super well. So anyways, long story short, after that I went on to Etsy and I provided somebody an image of my logo and had them make it into a wax seal. So or the stamp anyway. I had to make the stamp for me. So short story long, that's how it came about. So yeah. All right.
50 out of 50. 50 out of 50. I got the last shirt. It's the first and last shirt. That's really cool. So
that is actually super cool that you got the last one.
Yes. The last one.
All right. So I think that pretty much ties things up for today's episode, everybody.
Yes.
So if you are new here and if you liked what you saw or if you liked what you heard in today's podcast episode, do be sure to get subscribed. Leave us a rating on iTunes or wherever your podcasting platform of choice happens to be. Likes and that sort of thing are also very much appreciated. And until next week, I hope you all have a great rest of your week. And
yes,
we will see you then. Until then,
see you again then. Yes.
Wait. Baku, any final closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. E3. Man.
Pity.
Yeah. All right.
As for myself,
See y'all next week.
see you next time, dude.
Dude.